Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Tiffany A. Flowers, and I am going live and reading 100 picture books that everyone should know. This is a list that I'm compiling actually for my students, but I want to share these live so that you all can have access to the same books and you can pick out quality books with your students or with your children. So I wanted to just make sure that I let you all know that all of the books that I'll be reading in this series, I've read them multiple times with children across the United States in various classrooms. I am a children's author myself, but I mainly advocate for children to focus on the books that they really, really, truly love. And so my first book, the first one is called Where the Wild Things Are, Stories and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. And if you're unfamiliar with Maurice Sendak, you should know that he's both an author and an illustrator. I actually grew up reading a lot of his books, and so I always recommend his books in every presentation that I normally do. This is called Where the Wild Things Are. I love the wallpaper in this particular book. He does a really great job. Stories and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. And another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." And so he was sent to bed without anything to eat. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. And the rumpus began. And continued. And continued. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. I love the wallpaper by Mr. Sendak. All right. If you love books like this and you want to see more books like this in my series, I want you all to come back here. I'll be doing lives at least maybe twice a week so that you'll get to see some of your favorite books that maybe you actually grew up with. But I will be back to do my 2 out of 100, so you can check that out. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping by the Flower Garden, and take care.